Today on NewsCenter, get an update on the construction around campus, watch gamers go head-to-head in a tournament hosted by MSU Gaming, and saddle up for a night in Nashville. MSU held its 24th annual Spring Gala. All this and more today on NewsCenter.
Good evening and welcome to NewsCenter. Thanks for joining us. I'm Holly McClurkin.
And I'm Damon Huff. Here's what's making headlines for May the 4th, 2017. A series of attacks on college campuses across the state of Texas do not seem to be linked, but certainly have students in the Lone Star State alarmed. On Monday, University of Texas students suffered a hunting knife attack that left one dead and 3 others wounded. The suspect in question, Kendricks J. Wkyt, allegedly walked around campus armed with a Bowie-style knife, randomly stabbing other students, say witnesses and police. According to authorities, Wkyt will face a murder charge as well as additional counts.
Then just yesterday at another campus in Texas, a shooter killed someone at North Lake College before committing suicide. Local police began receiving calls at 11:33 a.m. Central Time, arrived before noon, and announced the victim and suspect dead. All classes were in lockdown, and once the situation was resolved, all classes were canceled for the rest of the day, and students were advised to stay off campus.
With the semester coming to a close, many students are wondering when the construction on campus will end. NewsCenter's Alexis Matthews spoke to Assistant Vice President of Facilities Management, Richard Linio, to get an update. Alexis?
Thanks, Damon. According to Linio, as of last week, the ADUC renovation is about 30% completed, which is on schedule. He says they're out of the ground and progressing very well.
Well, right now they're doing all the forms. You see a lot of concrete's being poured. They're putting on the second floor. If you notice that when you walk over there, they're getting that ready to pour concrete, and once they get that done and get all that leveled off, they'll do the third floor. And then hopefully by the end of the summer, before winter sets in, we'll be enclosed, meaning the roof's on, buildings encapsulated, and then they'll start doing work inside in the addition part. On the expansion, existing site, work has already begun working in there in regards to getting all that ready as far as all the demolition and start putting up walls and things of that nature.
In addition to the dining portion, which will consist of 5 retail operations, the Dean of Students office, the Eagle Card office, enrollment services, and a business service desk where students can go to ask questions regarding financial aid will also be located in ADUC once it opens by the end of August 2018. Linio also says that as of Tuesday, the new dining commons across from Alumni Tower is about 40 to 50% on schedule.
The building's enclosed and everything's is what we call fit up, so they're getting everything ready for the equipment. They're putting in the walls up, all the studs and everything of that nature in place, all the infrastructure. So that's progressing. We're looking at to be grand opening in October of this year.
Linio adds they just hired a consultant to evaluate the current housing inventory.
So what we're doing this year with Cartmel is basically, we are doing some renovations there, but it's very minimal. A lot of cosmetic, painting, doing some plumbing, redoing some of the restrooms, things of that nature. It is going to open this fall for students, and we are closing down Cooper and Butler this fall.
The university also has plans to close University Boulevard to make a pedestrian pathway, which they hope to start in the spring of next year. Reporting for NewsCenter, I'm Alexis Matthews.
Up to date with the construction, you can follow Facilities Management on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Students and professionals interested in journalism had the opportunity to learn from the renowned broadcaster Al Tompkins this past Saturday. The storytelling workshop took place at the Hilton Hotel in downtown Lexington. Tompkins spoke about the power of critical thinking, online and mobile tools to supplement journalism, and the power of writing and focused reporting. Students from multiple universities in Kentucky attended, as well as news reporters, producers, and directors from various stations around Kentucky.
Moorhead State Public Radio brought home 11 awards in the professional and college divisions Saturday at the annual Kentucky Associated Press Broadcasters Awards in Lexington. The KAPB Awards competition recognizes Kentucky AP members and staffers for outstanding performance in broadcast journalism. 25 broadcast organizations and 5 Kentucky colleges and universities submitted 531 entries in the contest. In the college radio division, Best Feature Story first place went to Samantha Morrill, and second place Best Feature Story went to NewsCenter's very own Courtney Howell. Best Sports Coverage went to Nathan Gutierrez. Best College Newscast went to Samantha Morrill and Arlo Barnett, and College Best of Show went to Samantha Morrill. Moorhead State Public Radio serves more than 20 counties throughout eastern Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia.
The 24th Annual Spring Gala was hosted at the Moorhead State University Derrickson Agricultural Complex last weekend, attracting close to 500 attendees.
Jacob Miller here, junior from Moorhead State University, and here we are at the MSU Farm for a very special evening of friends, fun, and music. It's the 2017 Spring Gala, Nashville Nights. Mindy, so we have the MSU Spring Gala here tonight, and this year it's especially different. Can you tell me why that is?
Absolutely. The biggest difference this year is our venue. We are at the Derrickson Agricultural Complex for the very first time. This evening we're divided the arena here into 3 separate areas. The area we're standing in now will be used for a reception, and our silent auction is here, and that will happen until it's time to move into dinner. Dinner will be held inside the large tent in the center of the arena, and then we'll exit the other side of the tent where a stage and full show setup is ready to go for Nashville Nights.
Well, I mean, they've transformed the show arena into a venue where we're going to have a wonderful meal, concert, gathering space, music. It's phenomenal. Our University Farm people did a tremendous job, along with folks from development advancement. It's really fabulous.
To see everybody more relaxed tonight, good old folk country music, may have a little bluegrass music here in a little bit. Who knows? Nashville style. Here we come.
I love this. A chance to literally kick up your heels, put your boots on, and have a good time and raise some incredible money for Moorhead State University. I'm all about it. I love country music, so I was in from the get-go. I get to host the show, and it's really special for me to come back and be a part of this, that they would even want me to come back. It's so humbling, but it's really good. You know, when I graduated all those years ago, I never dreamed that I would get to be in this position, and here I am, and I am proud to do it for Moorhead State University. And to be here as Dr. Andrews is getting ready to go out, that is so incredibly special to be on that stage and share that stage with he and his daughter tonight.
The event raised nearly $100,000 in donations.
Career Services held an event called Fly Eagle Fly in order to help students get internships and job opportunities before the semester lets out.
Yeah, the Fly Eagle Fly event is kind of designed to be a last minute, hey, if you don't know what you're doing this summer, if you don't have a job or internship lined up yet, come in, sit down with one of us, get a little bit of help, whether that's help with a resume, help just figuring out where to start looking. The student I just met with was graduating soon and thought she was going to do one thing, and she's like, oh my gosh, now I'm burnt out and I don't want to do that. Where do I go? We're also doing professional headshots as part of the event as well. So. We usually get a fair number. It's a busy time of year. I feel like everybody's trying to focus on getting graduated, so we don't get a lot, but those that we do get, I feel like really need the help and are pretty panicked about what they're going to be doing after finals wrap up. Most of the students actually that we see at Fly Eagle Fly end up scheduling an appointment, coming back in, and doing some follow-up with us because I think they do find it beneficial. Yeah, we have the professional headshots available because, you know, we're seeing a lot of employers that look on social media, want to understand, you know, you want to have a professional image out there. So that's one piece of it. We're partnering with communications and marketing for that. We're giving away professional portfolios. We are handing out sample resumes and giving out information on resumes and interviewing. So those are some of the main resources. Yeah, we have this event at the end of the semester. You know, ideally we'd love our students to be thinking ahead and worrying about what they're going to be doing in the summer and after graduation in the fall semester. But the reality is that's not what happens. So we found that we tend to have a lot of students approaching us a couple of weeks before graduation. So yes, we placed this event here to try to be, you know, accessible for folks that are trying to plan.
After the break, Ricky Nelson has your weather forecast for the week, and we'll take a look at a tournament hosted by Moorhead State Gaming in this week's NewsCenter Spotlight.
Addison, why are you dressed up like that?
Because you're in a dream, John.
How can you prove that?
Your body's still there.
What?
Wake up and smell the coffee. Java City.
Hello, I'm Eric Thomas, Director of the Star Theater here at Moorhead State University, and I'd like to invite you to come out and join us for some of the great programs we offer in the Star Theater. Our programs are both educational, with planetarium programs, and entertaining, with laser shows that feature artists such as Elton John all the way out to Metallica. So come join us at the Star Theater, located in the Space Science Center here on the campus of Moorhead State University. And if you've got questions, go online to moorheadstate.edu/startheater.
Good evening, I'm Ricky Nelson bringing you your weekly weather forecast. It has been a typical spring day today. It has been warm, it has been humid, and it has been rainy. Currently, right now, it is 68 degrees, and there are a few rain showers on and off. The humidity is at a 55%. The winds are low at 6 miles per hour. So it's been a sticky day, and you probably got a little warm walking back and forth to classes. On to our record temperatures. On this day in 1938, the record high was 88 degrees. On this day in 1986, the record low was 28 degrees. Now the normal high around this time of year is 74 degrees. The normal low is 49 degrees. So we are sitting right in the middle of the normal high and low for around this time of year. On to our live Doppler radar, courtesy of Wkyt. As you can see, over the next few hours, there will be storms and there will be showers moving in from the west over to the east across Louisville, Lexington, and over to Moorhead. So you can expect rain and a few thunderstorms within the next few hours. On to our temperature map, also courtesy of Wkyt. In Louisville, it is 64 degrees, Frankfort 63, also 63 degrees in Lexington. And if we move on over here in Mount Sterling, it is 64 degrees, 68 degrees in Moorhead, and 68 degrees in Ashland. So it has been pleasantly warm all over the Commonwealth, although probably really humid. Tonight's forecast, there is a 100% chance of precipitation. You will see rain tonight with a low of 54 degrees. Sunset is at 8:27 p.m., so the rain will start later this evening and it will continue all through the night. Tomorrow's forecast, you guessed it, rain. It's going to continue to rain tomorrow with a high of 58 degrees. Sunrise is at 6:32 a.m. So get out your rain boots, get out your umbrellas, because it's going to be a rainy week. Let's move on to our 7-day weather forecast. Tomorrow you'll have gusty rains with an 80% chance. Saturday through all the way through Wednesday, you can expect storms on and off, and the temperatures will rise. We'll get all the way up to 70 on Wednesday. Thursday, the temperature is going to drop a little bit back down to 65. Now, if we take a look back at Sunday and Monday night, there is a frost threat because the temperature is going to drop drastically down to 32 degrees. So make sure to stay indoors on Sunday and Monday night. Looks like we're going to have a good mix of weather this week. Yeah, it's going to be warm and rainy. We'll get a good spring week. All right, well, thank you, Ricky. Now let's send it over to Damon Huff with our NewsCenter Spotlight.
This past Sunday, using their skills and wits, players battled in a tournament hosted by Moorhead State Gaming featuring the online card game Hearthstone.
Figure it out. Is that going to be lethal? And I think he sees it.
Hearthstone is an online trading card game developed by Blizzard Entertainment. And a lot of people have always been kind of against online card games until recently, and this game has exploded across the world.
Yeah, so we have 16 participants, and we're also live streaming it on Twitch, and so who knows how many we're going to be able to get on there, kind of viewing and chatting with us and kind of watching the stream.
This is not really close to hand right now.
It does not seem that way. So yeah, this is our second esports tournament, but our first live streamed esports tournament that Moorhead State University has ever had.
We really want to make our tournaments large, and we're really shooting for a fireside gathering, which is Blizzard's system for making tournaments actually sanctioned by them, and they will actually give out like championship points, and you can actually build up these championship points to get a paid trip to their big tournaments in which there is large prize pools. And we want to offer a place for students and people in the community to come play and enjoy themselves and compete. And a lot like the spirit of the Olympics, you know, it's friendly competition, and that's what we're all here for today, is friendly competition.
MSU Gaming also is really set on developing something that Eastern Kentucky and Appalachia really doesn't have, and that is a collegiate circuit for esports. With esports growing into an easily $1 billion a year business, there are streamers and casters that make their entire lives out of just playing these games, and people watch them and help provide insight onto how to play these games. So that way, if you're a gamer and you're thinking, college just isn't for me, I just want to play games, there are so many opportunities in gaming with esports and with colleges working over and pushing towards competitive esports and scholarships for that, that Moorhead State University, being in Eastern Kentucky, and none other colleges around us really having that opportunity, it is kind of up to the students to kind of help lead the faculty and lead the community into building this kind of companionship.
To stay up to date with future events or to get information about the gaming community here at Moorhead State, follow MSU Gaming on Facebook at Moorhead State Gaming. When we come back, Brian McGee has your Eagle Athletics update.
Lord, what fools these mortals be.
Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?
I have always depended on the kindness of strangers.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
It kind of makes you wanna...
Breaking the song?
Yup. I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest. I love when eagles play.
I love the campus!
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies. Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Moorhead State baseball pulled out off a close win against Eastern Illinois University last weekend in extra innings. Eagles managed to pull ahead throughout the game, but EIU always seemed to be right on their heels. After leading the entire game, EIU managed to jump ahead 14-13 in the 8th. That was when head coach Mike McGuire went to the mound to have some words with his pitcher.
We struggled to pitch all weekend. I thought, we were up and down offensively this weekend, but I thought Sunday we showed a lot of intestinal fortitude, a lot of resolve.
Following that, sophomore Nico Holsizer banged his nation-leading 20th home run to tie EIU in the bottom of the 9th inning. Going into extra innings, Hunter Fain nailed a double head into the left corner. Pinch runner Bobby Shope was then hit in by senior Ryan Kennedy with a walk-off RBI double. Coach Mark McGuire was pleased with his team's performance, but saw some room for improvement.
Even I think when I went out to the mound, to make a change there in the middle of the ninth after they tied the game, said, hey, let's just get out of this right here, and all we got to do is go in and score.
Eagles will be heading to Florida this weekend for a 3-game series against their overseas rival Jacksonville State. Game 1 begins Friday, May 5th at 7 p.m. Moorhead State men's basketball head coach Preston Spradlin is continuing recruiting after 2 high school seniors signed letters of intent to play for the team as freshmen during the 2017-18 school year. James Baker, a 6'7" forward, helped lead Meade County High School to an 8-1 start in the 2016-17 season. A native of Bradenburg, Kentucky, Baker missed nearly 2 months with a thumb injury, and the Green Wave went on to lose 19 of the next 20 games. He averaged 12.9 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks during his junior season at Meade County. Richard Fegan Jr., a 6'1" guard from DME Academy in Daytona Beach, Florida, averaged 18.3 points, 5.4 rebounds, 5.3 assists, and 2.1 steals in 1 season at DME. While at Southfield Christian High School in Southfield, Michigan, Fegan was named Athlete of the Year and was named All-Conference following his senior season. Baker and Fegan joined Cedric Wright of Chipola Junior College, Londell King Jr. of Gulf Coast State, Devon Cooper of Wagner High School, Emmanuel Thompson of Southwest Mississippi Community College, and Adrian Hicks of Columbia State as part of MSU's 2017 class. 5 Moorhead State University cheerleaders helped lead the United States National All-Girls Squad to a World Championship last weekend. The International Cheer Union World Cheerleading Championship was held at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex in Orlando, Florida. Kelsey Davis, Madison Page, Priscilla Thorne, Courtney Steck, and Abby Fuller represented Moorhead State University in the 36-person U.S. team. Cheerleaders from Indiana, Oklahoma State, NC State, West Georgia, Hofstra, and Louisville were also included. Over 100 countries represented in the championships. We'll be back with more news after this.
It never gets old, huh?
Nope.
Kind of makes you want to...
Breaking a song?
Yeah? I love the sunset.
I love Eagle Lake.
I love the forest.
I love when eagles play.
I love the campus.
And all its sights and sounds.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love philosophy.
We love diversity. I love English.
And all its weird words.
I love the music.
And all its melodies.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
Boom-de-yada, boom-de-yada.
I love fraternities.
I love sororities.
I love to draw things.
And all the athletes.
I love Moorhead.
It's such a pretty place.
Boom-de-yada, 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 boom-de-yada.
Delta Zeta hosted Kayak for a Cure on Tuesday night, benefiting the Starkey Hearing Foundation. Student organizations gathered at Eagle Lake on Tuesday night to Kayak for a Cure.
The event is Kayak for a Cure, and we're also doing Paint a Turtle. So we're having kayak races, and then people can also pay $1 to throw a balloon full of paint at any Delta Zeta.
The event took place on Delta Zeta's National Heart for Hearing Day.
So Heart for Hearing is just to raise awareness for hearing loss, and then the money that we're raising for this event is going to the Starkey Hearing Foundation, who provides free hearing aids for people who need them.
The philanthropy event gave students the opportunity to engage in some friendly competition on Eagle Lake.
It's teams of 2, and then one person will be in the kayak, and they'll go down, and then they'll come back. And then if they advance, they can choose to switch out partners, because me personally could not race in 6 kayak races because I get really tired. So that's why we have teams of 2. and 2 of our girls are going to sit out in a canoe in the middle of the lake, and then that's the part where the people in the canoe will go around, or in the kayak, they'll go around the people in the canoe and then come back to shore.
The proceeds that went to the Starkey Hearing Foundation are part of a goal Delta Zeta has made to raise $5 million in 5 years to go towards helping those with hearing loss.
The last Saturday in April is a cause for celebration for independent bookstores across Kentucky. Independent Bookstore Day is celebrated on the first Saturday of May, but since that happens to be Derby Day in Kentucky, independent bookstores in the state get to celebrate on the Thomas was kind enough to give NewsCenter a little more insight.
Independent Bookstore Day was started a few years ago. It was inspired by Independent Record Store Day and Comic Book Shop Day, and it's really just to celebrate the role that independent bookstores play across our country in communities. We never really know how to do Independent Bookstore Day because it seems awkward. You know, oh, we're great, come celebrate us. So we just try to not do a big thing, but to offer just some different things, maybe just on this day, and to make it a little more festive. And we try to get in some things that we can help give away to some of our customers who, and really we're sort of thanking some of the people who support us on a regular basis, and hoping that a few people might show up who haven't been in before or who aren't regular customers. Well, this year we have, and every year what it is there are specific items, merchandise items that are produced just for Independent Bookstore Day. And so we have a short story that's written by Michael Chabon, and so that's just for today that we have that on sale. And we actually have a short story by Rainbow Rowell, the author of Fangirl, and so that's a freebie that we get to give away. So that's kind of fun. So it's nice to be able to give something free away. And Jenny Lawson, the author of Furiously Happy and Let's Pretend This Never Happened, has done an illustration that is just beautiful. And so there are just some different things that people can purchase just on that day and just at independent bookstores. Well, we hope that also that Independent Bookstore Day will raise awareness about the importance of independent businesses in our communities, because they give so much back to the community. When you shop at a chain, a lot of what your money goes away. It doesn't stay in your community. When you support a local business, it's what keeps your community interesting and different. And we pay taxes here. We hire people here. We support local charities and local causes. And so local businesses are important to communities. So really, while Independent Bookstore Day is yay for independent bookstores, it's hopefully sort of a way to educate people about really yay local businesses, whether that's your farmer's market or your local bookstore or your local gas station or grocery store.
Churches in Moorhead gathered together today for a National Day of Prayer. According to the Moorhead News, prayer began at noon at Freedom Park at the old courthouse square. A larger event will be held at the Moorhead Conference Center at 7 p.m. and will last 90 minutes. Those leading prayer are local church leaders and those who have dealt with the issues being prayed for. There is no cost to attend. The National Day of Prayer was created by a joint resolution of the United States Congress in 1952 and signed into law by President Harry S. Truman.
The 7th annual Moorhead Build-A-Bed project was held at the Moorhead Peddlers Mall on Saturday, April 29th. The MSU Corps AmeriCorps and its partners built a total of 256 beds. The goal was to give beds to children who may be forced to sleep on floors, couches, or those who may have to share a bed with multiple other children or family members. The program has provided over 1,000 beds to kids in need in eastern Kentucky since it started in 2010. Each child went home with a new bed and mattress, as well as sheets, pillows, blankets, stuffed animals, books, alarm clocks, and hygiene kits.
That'll be it for us tonight, and remember, your news is always on NewsCenter's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram pages.
And you can catch this broadcast again on MSUTV.net.
On behalf of everyone here at NewsCenter, I'm Holly McClurkin.
And for the last time, I'm Damon Huff. Good luck on finals, stay safe during the summer, and may the 4th be with you.
I've been here 9 years. We take the trash out of the buildings and put it in the garbage truck. In there, the chute is way up high on the wall where the trash comes out into the buggy, and you have to take a